he didn't say anything about his opinion initially with any of you or Lord Gaul. He was extremely polite, a little snooty. A little snooty.
He senses that in another life we brought him through the salt flats.
Probably. The time he spends in the treasure vault eclipses the rest of the time he spent looking over everything else, with the exception of 2 rooms. The room, Eatsley, you have with the statue of Ziki that you have built. He assesses that for a good 30 minutes, critiquing your sculpture silently, of course. But he makes a lot of or kind of tisks noises, or he makes a lot of sound effects, a lot of onomatopoeia. And then he looks over Susie's little garden. Same. He makes a ton of sound effects, studies the fields especially. Has to do a double take at the hallway that Indrid set up, and he spends almost an hour, and then he finally figures out how to get through it. And he comes back like, kind of blinking like, my eyes. It's all spinning in there. And then he spends almost the rest of the day, because he at most spent 30 minutes looking through the entirety of the rest of your home. All collectively, besides the individual single items or single spaces that would be actually that stand out. But in the vault, though, he goes over that place with a fine-tooth comb, and he spends a very long time looking over every darn thing. Eventually, he comes out by the next morning, which you guys will have downtime actions for the day, since you guys are waiting, and we will do that in between till next session. He's like, I'm ready to go back to make my assessment.
Of course.
And he flows into the urn, and you guys will take him back. And
Does he, question, when we exit, though, does he take note of our guest?
He does, yeah.
Okay. It's very important. We worked very hard to get him.
He especially takes note that he's willing to sell you stuff.
And also the wall?
He hasn't started on it. So
okay.
that will not be added to your collective worth.
Shucks.
I know.
Okay. I fly us all there.
But the quality of the weapons that he is selling, they are all named one-of-a-kind weapons. And every weapon he has is blooded. So, weapon collector indeed. You guys are unfortunately left waiting for a couple hours at the Bank of Sands. But a couple hours later, the assessor comes back. The representative, which one of you will be the word of your lord of your dungeon?
Rock, paper, scissors, Etzel. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Roll 1 beats 2, 2 beats 3, 3 beats 1.
And we go again.
I'm so tempted.
Aha! I win.
1 beats 2, 2 beats 3. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and 3 beats 1, yeah.
I will be Lord Ghoul's representative.
This way, if you would please.
She'll fall.
Yeah, and you were led to a little side room, and the banker along with the assessor and one other individual that you haven't seen before. The assessor and the other individual are in the back of the room. They're in the background, where the banker's in the foreground, because they only ever do one-on-ones.
With my heaven's eye, do I see any other spirits in the room?
Yes, coming and going. There's a lot of smaller specters that come in and hand one of the people in the background a spectral scroll.
Okay.
And they open it, do a little scroll signature, snap it shut, hand it back to them. So, a lot going on. But it's kind of all in the background.
Okay.
You can always tell who's in the foreground with the bank. Because the background characters are all extremely translucent, very hazy. The one that's engaging you has a fullness to their form, their spectral form. Representative, we have undergone the audit specifically that you have requested for your dungeon. And we have found, especially and mostly because of the elixir of awakening that has been located in your dungeon, we are going to give you the maximum interest reduction. It shows that your exceptional growth and your growing wealth is within even our exalted high standards. So we are going to reduce your interest rate from 11 down to 7%. Congratulations. I hope that in the future we can continue to do business on such level, considering that your dungeon seems to have a bright future ahead.
Susie is just beaming right now, and she would say, "Why, thank you.
Know
We will do our
this, we
best."
have made a record of a series of items the Bank of Sands has extreme interest in. If your dungeon ever wishes to sell, we, because of these items, would be willing to purchase them above market price at a 25% markup.
Of course.
These could be an exceptional means to pay off the loan before the interest stacks up. Although we wouldn't mind if you let it do just that.
I'm sure you wouldn't. I will let my lord know. I appreciate this.
Of course. We also have, even in the short time before the 3 days that we had originally asked for, Kali is unfortunately going to become a human stronghold. But Kali has taken its pound of flesh recently. We felt it act, and there has been great losses to the humans and those who wish to plunder. They will be kept at bay, afraid, for some time, but once Kali slumbers again, and there is a buffer period, they will return, and even before they wake it up again, they will have built a most heinous fortress, a stronghold in which we may never be able to take and or remove. And that puts the bank in jeopardy.
I see.
We would like, as a task, a individual by the name of Phil to entreat the Grand Desolator for protection of the bank.
I see.
If he can do so, we would not only pay for his consulting services, in addition to bonus and hazard pay, considering the individual, but since he is the only accessible draconic in the area who has prior contact with the Grand Desolator and has lived, we would like to employ his services. He will need to be liaison in multiple trips, most likely, so that we can find an acceptable payment for the Grand Desolator. And we understand his protection will be very expensive, but we deem the human threat to be worth the price.
Of course.
It also will help unite this sector of the desert against the encroaching human threat.
I will relay your message immediately, as I tell Phil and the party about as the live feed pretty much of what's happening.
We also wish to relay another task, if you find the time. There is an oasis here below Calgor that is run by a Colossigator. We wish you to entreat him into a business proposition. He is to deny human access to his oasis, and for every human he denies, we will pay him instead.
I see. I will make the introduction.
We will have one of you liaise for us. We will, of course, be paid for your services.
Of course.
We are going to make a cohesive effort to seclude and block the humans as best we can from our sector. We understand that you have a human problem on your immediate border. We would like to, since you have considerable wealth, open up our construct treasures to you. We have many golems and constructs that we have in surplus. They may be older, but they are no less dangerous than when they were constructed. If you wish to purchase them in bulk, we would give you a discount, in addition to giving you a further discount if you utilize one of the items that we are looking for as part of the payments.
Of course.
We will, of course, have more tasks in the future, but one step at a time. We will have a brief period of respite before the humans come back in greater force and greater number and strength than we can handle. And it will be a reckoning. Let us escort you out.
Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you for your time. They will escort you out, and you have the official copy of the interest reduction and all the other paperwork on this old, ancient, yellowed paper of your things they discussed to you about and the items they want and the tasks they wish you to engage in, fees and services, and all that's up. All right, Susie, you have arrived to the group.
Susie's doing a spider dance and saying, "All right, guys, we got it. A+.
Yeah.
A+. Spider dance.
Yeah.
Phil,
Oh.
that is philosophic rhythms. Look, she's doing the dance thing. You know how to do the dance thing.
I will do the dance thing.
Doo-ba-doo. Wow, yeah. Dance party.
Let us get back and show this to Lord Goal. I'm sure he'll be quite excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Post haste, and I shall don my small hat and monocle.
Yeah.
Post haste.
So they actually had a full assessment review of every item that has been audited and their collective assessment of their worth in literally a spreadsheet on these old yellow pieces of paper. So the pile that you were given was actually like 300 pages.
Easy peasy.
Essie's gonna look through there to see if they identified what the staff was.
They did. The staff, unfortunately, the details of the staff are going to be not left on paper because the amount of paper it would have taken would have been multiple sheets.
Right. I just
It's
wonder
called the
if they.
Staff of Agadim.
I feel like we know this.
It is worth in the hundreds of trillions of gold.
Nice.
Because the guy did literally put a gold cost on it, unlike where the Monster Merchant Ing literally just gives up and goes best offer, barter
Yeah.
only. They at least put the number on it. Yeah, all the treasure items are super high. But the item in your vault that is worth the most was that elixir of awakening. It is priced at a divine consumable, and it is the only item that you've seen on there that says priceless.
Wow.
And there's a little note that says next to it, unable to calculate total wealth or total value.
Well, damn, guys.
Usually your statue
trillionaires.
was calculated at 11,000 gold.
Wow. Okay. He's gonna look at what they calculated Susie's garden and like pass it to her so she can see.
25,000 gold. The sub note on it is still in development. It's not worth much because they're not full
Full grown,
plants.
exactly.
And you can, since they're not full grown, you could fail to fully grow them. So thus their total value is not there. But he did leave a note that he priced it as he did because there is a healthy wood sprite in the garden, which almost guarantees some of the plants' ability to survive, because that's what wood sprites do. They make specific plants their home and make sure that they are healthy and have the best chance of growth. So he actually sees promise, and that's why he gave it a much higher rating.
Perfecto.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's we get back to Lord Gould.
All right. So rewards that he is going to provide, since you guys got the absolute best marks, because he's, for a loan like this with the low interest rate that you already secured for him, he has never ever seen in his multiple centuries in the Bank of Sands seen anyone grant 4%. They always go 3%, with a massive amount of wealth, even in a short period of time, because they hate giving that extra percent. Mm-mm. But that means the assessor basically peed himself almost when he saw the elixir. It also means the dungeon's in grave danger having that around. Because if the Bank of Sands assesses that as priceless, what do you think the humans will do? Since the thing that you stole that was priceless is gone.
Hey, worst case scenario, we drink it.
Gold highly does not recommend that. There is more magic in that bottle than he has ever accrued in his entire life cumulatively. If you drink that, you will explode.
At least they won't get it.
That is also a thing, yes. You are correct. They will not get it. but you will not exist anymore, and most likely will the whole area won't be either. It'll be a giant crater, is his prediction. But regardless, wondrous job. So the rewards will be either one of the two. You guys can decide. A 1 meter increase to your storage space, or we can give you an unnatural to one of your stats.
Ooh.
Yeah. I know, it's hard.
We need the storage space for doing the temple. Who has...
I have 3. I'll have 3 with this next upgrade.
Somebody else needs 3.
We won't have that yet for anybody because no one else picked it.
Oh, that's right.
You know, I could always just fly you back and forth.
He could. Yes, he could. You can go in there. They can carve you up the 3 meter chunks of rock, and then Phil can fly you back. Absolutely, you could.
Or if Lord Ghoul has also storage space, and I get him as a friend. Anyway, yeah, okay.
You cannot make Lord Ghoul your friend.
I figured as much. Sad days. I said days. But yes, I will pick at least the 3, so you guys can pick the unnaturals, just to make life easier for you.
I have a question, Lord Ghoul.
Oh, yes, Phil.
Would it be possible for me to give up my reward so you can give it to someone else?
No.
Good try.
It was worth a shot.
It was very selfless of you, Phil. And there's a glaring reason exactly why Nareem favors you. You care.
Aw, you're making me blush.
I can't see it.
Yeah, I know. Just trust me.
Sure. But the reward system that I use is communal. And I'm able, through that communal system, make the rewards a little bit more potent and a little bit more adaptable, especially in the options you have. But because of that increase, it does lose flexibility in such moments of selflessness like you had.
Question, Matt. Are we able to have more than one unnatural for a stat?
Yes.
Oh, heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
This one will probably be better than the ones we get from evolutions too, so.
Let's see. That'd be double my current storage space, so 20 units instead of 10.
Hold on. Like, I thought it was a 1x1 meter.
No. I've divided that 1x1 into 10 units.
Okay.
It's how I'm keeping track of what I can keep in.
Sure.
I don't have a massive storage space, if that's what you were worried about.
Nope. I was just wanted to make sure everything was good.
Yeah.
Buy my things!
You know, it's very tempting.
I haven't got to play Ing, so
Uh,
it's one of my favorite characters.
You can get more than one unnatural.
I'm gonna put my unnatural into my weapon skill again.
All right, friendo.
I'll take the subspace increase.
Okay, subspace increase. All right, nice, Phil. More rocks. Carry more rocks.
Not just that, but more water.
That too. Yeah. Go ahead and type in the chat so we have a log. What you're looking for, if you would be so kind. All right, we got +1 space from Fruity Tooty Susie, +1 space from Phil, unnatural weapon skill, and Johnny was right. This one's a little better than the average. Eatsley, based off of what you're reaching for, especially with some of your other evolution, you'll be able to dual hand large weapons, such as greatsword and greatsword. The strength, unfortunately, is lacking, so you will not get extra strength bonuses to damage and pen until you get some unnatural strength and you get your strength up above 50.
Yeah.
60 is where you're going to want to hit for real sweet damages. 65 is the magic Goldilocks zone and higher. But at least you have a technique that allows you to dual hand some stuff that normally people will go, why is this Skeller Man dual handing large weapons? And you can swing them around without penalty.
Because he's an arms warrior.
So does this give him the 2-weapon wielder talent and stuff like that as well?
Oh, yes, it does. Told you it was better. All right. So, looks like we got Andred wants some unnatural toughness.
Fury warriors can dual hand two-handers.
Oh,
I
I thought
know.
it was armament.
Yeah, Fury Warriors. I was a Fury Warrior back then. I died a lot.
I was a survival hunter. I haven't played
Would I
in
get
years.
better stuff if I went for unnatural willpower? Since it's my spell
Well, you would take it to the next level, for sure. But unnatural toughness absolutely will help you. Unnatural toughness is never a wrong choice.
This has just been better than the normal unnaturals we've been getting, so
yeah.
I wanted to make sure you knew.
Yeah. Unnatural toughness is never a wrong choice. But if you want to continue to stack your unnatural willpower, that's not a wrong choice either. You can also do unnatural perception, Allie.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah. Legolas, what do your elf eyes see? Well, let me tell you.
Yeah.
DeSoto, my homie, my friend, what you be feeling? You want
Agility.
unnatural agility again?
Called it. Easy peasy, pumpkin squeezy.
All
No debate about it.
No debate? Okay. All right. Of course. Oh my gosh, where are
My
you?
stated goals are very clear. I kill.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead and increase. Did you already have 1 in it?
I do.
All right, put it at 2. Now it's +20 to all agility tests.
And where do I note this?
So it's going to be under talents. What your improvement is going to be, my friend. And yes, it's going to be a little bit better than the average, because it's a quest reward, not an evolution reward.
I'll go for unnatural willpower instead.
So, my friend, this is going to be a big one for you, Taylor. You can now double the dice for the sneak attack bonus.
So that would be 12d4?
Yes.
Oh.
And that only increases as well because there's always a ×2 on it. So any sneak attack dice you get, right?
Yeah, so anytime you gain a +1 to your sneak attack, or you wish to spend merit to increase your sneak attack damage, you get an extra dice because it's a doubling effect. So, big upgrade for you, my friend. Unnatural willpower for Indritarino. Oh, baby. Look at that cute little moth baby. Well, we're going to 4. We're going to 4 with Alley Girl. Oh my goodness.
Eat.
All right, Allie. You're gonna get a terrible power because it's got 4. Is it
Okay.
actually 4, or did you just get the 3 with this?
No, it's actually 4.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I have got an unnatural and willpower for every evolution we've had so far.
No kidding. Oh my goodness. All right, so easy for you, Allie. You get a single target focus power. It takes over a minute to cast, and you must have you must watch this person. But you will put a special debuff on them that you don't need to be around for. You can just have it there. It is basically a dread aura. It'll be slow, like you've been wanting. A slow fear, something that builds and drives them utterly kooky. Their fear and paranoia will spike. Basically, it's a compounding madness aura that requires a very powerful blessing to remove. It's basically a curse, and it will grow and grow, and this person will become less and less rational as they gain 1d10 insanity every day. One target at a time. But of course, you can increase that with merit, so you can just start giving the tormentor aura or tormented debuff to people.
So Dread Aura would be a good name for this.
We'll call it the tormented aura or tormented status debuff.
And it adds one insanity a day, you said?
No, 1d10 insanity a day, and the 10s can explode.
That's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine
You
doing
do
that
need
too.
to stealthily. They can't know you're there. You need to stare at them for over a minute, channeling this wicked power.
6 turns.
But after a full minute, you insidiously infect them with the tormentor debuff or tormented debuff, and it actually requires an unnatural willpower to notice it. Or sorry, a natural perception to notice it, or a specialty in noticing hidden debuffs. So somebody really high up, or somebody's really specialized to even know that this is on somebody. So that's what the 4 unnatural gives you. So somebody needs to basically have 4 unnatural perception to even see it. Yeah, that's the way it should work. Yeah. Every time you upgrade your natural willpower, people won't be able to detect it because they need to have equal or greater unnatural perception to detect it.
Wow, Allie, this is pretty dope.
Yeah.
If they have a better willpower than you, it does not work on them. But that includes unnatural willpower. So if they have 43 willpower because you have 42, and they have 5 unnaturals, the ability does not work on them. But you also will be raising this And eventually this will be something you do to individuals that you don't like. This will also work on the Riot Beetle Alpha Stag. If you
Yeet.
go fly over, stare at him, he will go utterly mad in a couple weeks.
Nice. Sounds like fun.
I can just imagine you doing this to like one of the big wigs for the humans, and just like
Yeah.
him just being ineffective and also causing a lot of ruckus. So that should be fun.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be flying all over the place, staring at people.
Yep.
Like the creeper
You
I
can only
am.
have one tormented at a time,
Yep.
but you can also buy with merit more
Slots, we'll call them.
more slots. Yeah.
I
All right, guys.
sincerely hope you target the prince.
He will have too many people looking out for him who are stupidly powerful.
That's fair, but one
If you
can
go after a
dream.
prince, you need to come ready to throw some fucking hands. That's the way
Dream.
that's the way it be. All right, guys, that'll be it for today's session. Thank you for playing. We will
Love it.
absolutely be doing level ups for evolutions. Any merit purchases you want to buy, I will have the list of potions and the breakdown of the lesser denomination aether crystals in the Monster Mayhem chat before next Sunday. Best days to reach out to me for evolutions would be Wednesday and Saturday, or before session on Sunday, at least an hour before. So maybe you can catch me at other times, but those are the best times. If you guys want to stick around after session, I'll just be kind of shooting the shit and hanging out and decompressing. So
Thank you guys. I've got to go do bedtime stuff with the kiddo.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that little cute little Finley. Or not so cute. I
Occasionally.
don't know if she's tormenting you.
Little bit of A, a little bit of B.
Oof.
That's
She's
She's
still
totally-
she's still giving you lip.
always.
Always.
She's my daughter, so yeah. Anyway, have a good one, guys.
Take care.
So, Matt,
Mhm.
if you don't mind the asking, I've been a bit curious about this for a while.
Oh.
The once upon a time quality. What
Yep.
what constitutes a miraculous opportunity? Would that be like similar to what happened at the Visage of Nareem, that sort of thing?
Not
Better.
necessarily. Like, a miraculous opportunity can come in many different forms, and you, as the individual who would have the power, you would name when you want to use it on and who, and I would have it. I would have something happen that would assist that person and your goals for them. So, say you're trying to get. Now, this is a little dark, but say you had some plans for taking out a specific individual. And you had. The only way to take them out was actually to have them executed by their own people. Such as if you fail to kill Mercenary, but you set up a plot for him to be, executed for treason. Well, he's got a lot of friends, a lot of favors. He knows the judicial system. There's no way in hell that's going to happen. But if you use Once Upon a Time, what'll happen is he's going to get the worst judge that hates people like him. He's going to get the wrong jury, if they even do a jury. The guard who's in charge is either really negligent of he gets to contact one person, or somebody goes out of their way because they just happen to be on shift just at the right time and in the right place to catch him at something. So it's basically things happening that shouldn't or would be so improbable it would never happen unless in a storybook.
So it's a
Or-
plot device.
It is a
Right.
plot device, yeah. And this guy would find himself on the executioning block pretty quickly. Yes, he would be able to roll against it, but the whole story would be stacked against him. Everything that could go wrong for him would go wrong, and if he ended up living, he either had to use everything in his power to do it, used up all his favors, all his money, all the blackmail he had. Like, the guy would have to be a character that must live for the future of this game because he's a necessary plot device. Because you could use it to engineer someone's downfall, or you can use it to engineer someone's upliftment.
It's always a flip.
Yeah.
So like as an upliftment example, let's say.
A good example would be maybe you're looking for an item and you've heard stories, rumors.
Ah.
It's disappeared for over 5 centuries. It's probably gone. But you put this on Ing, this miraculous opportunity. He meets just the right people, makes just the right trades, ends up in just the right area, walks down just the right places, meets up with just the right adventurer team or hunter team that would actually be tolerant of his existence. Something happens, and somehow he gets his hands on the item and comes across you guys later.
Alright. Yeah, I can see how
There's
this functions.
a curse,
Like-
or someone has an incurable disease, or there's all kinds of nifty things.
There's a big restriction on how many times you can use it because it's once
Yeah.
per story arc, but I'm going to make it nutty when you
Mhm.
do use it. It may be a slow burn, considering what you ask, but things are going to happen. Somebody unimportant may become critically important. Things that would never have happened will happen. It's basically me taking like 10 D100s for 10 different steps of, a plan that needs to happen, and I will roll just the right dice, whether it's a perfect fail or a perfect success, for all of the probabilities that need to happen for you to get what you were hoping to get done.
That is a nifty power.
Yep, it's a narration device.
The best kind of powers.
Yes, indeed they are. But you can also become a hobo with a fireball.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's never a bad option.
Never a bad option.
Another thing I wanted to ask while I got you here. I know we got merit at the same time as ether from cracking the big stone.
Those
Is it
25.
possible? Yeah. Is it possible to convert ether into merit?
No.
No. All right.
Mm-mm. Big no.
There's only one way you can get merit, and it's with Iron Man mode.
Yeah, if you want to bring on Iron Man mode, let's go.
Mm. Or could you break an ether stone and instead of getting ether, get all merit?
The only way you're getting merit from Aether is if you bring it to your dungeon lord.
Yep. And if you say, I am going to pick Iron Man mode, and I'm going to do an evolution, I'm going to pick 2 fate points for my evolution. That gives you 50 merit.
But Iron Man mode is not for the faint-hearted.
That is correct.
Yeah.
It is not for the faint-hearted, but the way the system has been rigged against me, the GM, by some very clever players, even if you don't have the ability to reroll or boost your rolls, well, you're part of a network of friends who are very generous with their currency. So
Yeah.
yeah. So once upon a time is a very useful skill or quality.
Yeah.
It is legendary, but
You might shoot yourself in the foot and being like, "Oh man, I could have done this instead with it," but at the same time, you made your choice.
it's not ever going to be bad for you unless
Exactly.
you specifically want it to be, so that it puts you in a position of jeopardy that allows you to make some sort of growth or have a specific enemy come out from hiding to engage you. Because you can do
Yeah.
it that way. You can make it so that the narration is, I'm bait.
Mm. Okay. Yeah. Just making sure I know what it does.
I made that for the players who like to have a little bit more of their
It's-
fingers on the pulse of the plot. All right, one more question,
Sure.
and then I'm gonna call it.
Sure.
Uh,
Or
Well,
you can take it.
one more question from you, Million.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Oh,
have one. I'm
I
just wondering.
mean, I might as well use it, right?
Mhm.
Tesseract. Does the player choose how that merit is spent, or do you
Yes,
choose it?
yes, they do.
Alright.
You get to choose how it's spent.
Okay.
It is a great way to upgrade objects.
Yeah, if you got like traps, or if you got like a sword, or if you got like your hat, your monocle, I suppose.
Mhm.
No, because I was because it said, I believe it that like the Tesseract could be like an intangible thing.
Mhm.
Uh, this one. Oh wait, was it this one? Can be transferred to other.
All right, Char, you had a couple of questions.
uh, it's more stuff to deal with the time of Kali, so we can deal with it later if you want, and we can unwind.
Yeah, we'll do tempo collies things a little later if you don't mind.
Okay.
Ooh, good beer. Wow. Any questions about some of the qualities and clarification questions, or you got a pretty good grasp on stuff?
I have a good grasp on stuff.
Of course you do. And my homie always, Johnny Boy.
The only thing I'd like to go over is the evolution sometime. It doesn't have to be tonight. No big deal. I just have it all written down. Already pre-planned of what I'm picking, so
Yeah, we'll do that another time.
yeah, no big deal.
Yeah. So we'll close out the game and we'll call it good.
Thanks for the session, Matt.
Glad you guys enjoyed it. Or did you?
No, it was fine. It was fun.
Ugh.
We didn't die. It was pretty great. I was pretty close to it though.
Yeah, your preparation work and Allie's great rolls. Hmm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Ah, I remembered what I was gonna say. I thought of using Tesseract as a way to make like a sort of a like a stand almost. I thought that would be like a nifty idea.
Like something to sit on, or
No, like a JoJo stand almost.
Fight me?
No, like weaponizing your soul, so to speak.
that would be putting it into yourself, though.
Objects and items only. Tangible things. Like if you had Tesseract, you could even use it to upgrade potions. The merit would go away, or if you're clever, you would upgrade the potion bottle so that every
or the
time it's
cauldron.
filled with a potion,
Yeah.
or the cauldron, yeah, or some sort of work stand. So if you're an enchanter, or in case a chef, you can use the Tesseract on your kitchen equipment, and
Mhm.
I made that for that only. It may not be as useful in this particular setting as some of my other settings in different games, like my McWarrior setting has a lot more use. But this one, if you save up and get the Tesseract, and then the merit, you can use merit that you get to upgrade the efficiency of the Tesseract so that it gets more merit every time you get more merit.
Yep, Char's already done that with his. Got it. So his downtime actions are included as well. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
I got a picture